It's Roughneck Pastor Bob. I'm upstairs. Oh, I think my thing's off here. Straighten that out. I don't like that. What's up, YouTube? It's Pastor Bob. What's going on, guys? How goes the battle? Just wanted to pop in and say hi. Sorry about not wanting to do the auction tonight. I've been straight out doing projects. I'm getting worn down, and God, I've been dealing with so much stuff this week. My mind's not really into it. And one thing about me is I don't want to be on selling a bunch of stuff and forgetting names and not sending the right person or something like that. I don't like to be in that frame of mind. Not to say that I would do that, but look, for those people who understand how life sometimes takes its priorities over your fun, look, it is what it is. Anyway, I just want to stop in and say hi to everybody. See how y'all doing. Let you know I'm doing good on my weight loss program. VA is kind enough. They're going to start doing home services for me. So I'll actually have them come to my house and check me out. I won't have to be going to the hospital, which is good. My daughter's doing better. Mary goes in for her cancer surgery on Wednesday. So I appreciate it if you all would pray for her, because she could really use that. She could use your prayers. And pray for my son, because he's going through it and he could use some prayers. And I don't know, pray for me, have a little more strength to get through it, because boy, I've been going through it. Lord have mercy. Oh. Whew. Sometimes you just want to swear. And sometimes I just do. Anyway, I didn't want to get on and chat your ear off all night. I just wanted to get on and say hi and see how y'all were doing and making sure that you're all okay. We will have an auction sometime soon. I don't know when. We're coming into the winter months where I might start doing it, a little more often. Maybe once a week I'll have an auction in the winter time. And the reason why is I want to start building up the little kitty, to buy my, what happens generally for people who haven't been to this channel before. During December, I usually do, an auction for children. Last year, Can on Can Collectibles, he did an auction and raised some money for the kids. And I do that every year. I like to do that. That's one of the big things that I like to do every year. I'm always constantly helping families, and trying to do the right thing. But that's something that's my pet peeve. And then generally I help, some place in the community that reaches out to families and gives those gifts away from our channel. Last year I gave it to Pastor Ship at First Baptist Church here in Hope Valley. And if he's still in need this year, I think that I'll do the same thing again this year. He gave us a nice letter to the family on the channel. I read it last year. So that way you see that what I do is very transparent. There's no, wishy-washy stuff behind the scenes. I generally prove everything that I do. And I like to be transparent like that. Not that I need to be that way, but, because I'm more than capable and deserving of the respect that I've gained over the years. But I do it because it makes you guys feel good too, because that way you see what's going on. Most of the time when I do auctions, though, a lot of the money from the auctions, is raised by us as a family, and that's what we do. We enjoy it. We have fun with it. We feel good that we've done something good for people in our communities. And I like to do it that way instead of doing it for specific people on our channel. Now, if it was an emergency, hey, what's going on, Got Boost? If it was an emergency and the family got together and we did it privately and not open, because we have a private, once people get really close on the channel, you'll find that there's there's some of us that get together privately and we make and help people out privately too. But I've seen so much stuff going on lately in the past 6 months on a lot of the YouTube channels with people begging for money and they say they need it and then they don't need it. And then we see them spending money on other channels and buying coins and stuff when they didn't have a pot to piss in the week before. I don't buy into that and I don't do that. That's not what I do. I do what I do because I've been doing it a long time and I like the transparency. So it's not that I don't care about people, but when we do things, the large contributors to the channel and we sit down and we have a chat before we do anything. And it's privately brought to us. That way, no one has to face any kind of embarrassment for going through a rough time or anything like that. We do everything privately. But the one thing that we do publicly is we do the fundraiser for the children. So generally in November and December, we'll be doing stuff like that to make a big kitty. And then at the end of it, I'll tally up how much we've actually earned that will go towards purchasing gifts. And then hopefully Mary's back up and running by then. And she'll be purchasing the gifts like she did last year. And we'll be boxing them up and getting a hold of Pastor Chip at First Baptist Church here locally and give them to him so he can give them out to the people who are in need. And that's how we work things. So just letting you all know about that. Little insight to what's coming up. Also, I got to have a couple guitars that I'm going to be auctioning off. Now, these guitars are going to be ones that I built myself. I hand built them. Okay? So these will be coming up in the next couple of months. They're not going to be cheap. But they're not going to be so expensive that you wouldn't be able to purchase one. You know, they'll be within reason. They'll all be under $1,000, and no matter what the bid goes to, it will not cap. It will cap off at $1,000, and it will not go over that because I am not building them to go over that. And then the money will be used for buying new tools, giving some donations away. Whatever. We'll figure out what we're going to do with that. Okay. And that's that. Hey, what's up, MKCL? What's going on? How you doing? How's it going on? What's going on, Mary? Nice to see you. Nice to see you got Boost. So those are some things that are going to go happen this fall. I've been talking with somebody. They want to have, hi, Dawn. How you doing, love? And what we're going to have is I'm going to start making a list. So people who come to the channel and, they purchase stuff and they are part of the channel. I'm going to start doing stuff, but it's going to be a little bit different. And it's just as a reward to you guys. So free giveaway stuff. So I got a few people that have been talking to me. Hey, what's going on, old soul? Nice to see you. So during the holidays, we're going to have a holiday day. And for all of the people who support the channel, give to the channel, help the channel out, what I'm going to do is I'm going to have one day and, oh, too bad. And we're going to have gift giving. So, mystery gift giving. And what's going to happen with this is going to be a little crazy. But what we're going to do, I'm going to start talking about it now, is people are going to contact me privately, right? And they're going to want to give gifts. And what's going to happen is it could be an open gift to where anybody can get it that's a subscriber to the channel, right? Or specific people. So if somebody says, okay, I want to give this to MKCL, then all of a sudden at Christmas time, I'm going to say, okay, these gifts have already been predetermined. I've already got them stacked up in my house, and they're going to be sent out to all of these people as Christmas gifts, okay? So it's going to be kind of one of those Christmas gift giveaway things. It's going to be something fun, something different. So you never know who it's coming from, though. You won't know who it's coming from. Just somebody's going to do it. They're going to tell me who, to give it to, and then I'm going to send it to that person. But I will not tell you who it's from. I'll be the only one that knows that information, and I will not reveal that information. So kind of like a mystery giveaway, like the mystery, gift giving. I just thought it'd be kind of something cool to do around the holiday season. So something for you to think about now. It gives you a few months to think about if you'd like to give a gift to somebody or to the channel as an open gift. I won't say who it's from, but a person can say, okay, I want to do, this hour on this day on this auction. I want you to give away a, silver dollar or a silver dime or something like that, or a pendant or a necklace or a set of earrings, whatever it may be. And then I'll just say, okay. And we'll come up with whatever way they can win that. Okay. Whether it's a number system, an alphabetic system, or whatever it is. But we're going to have something fun that we're going to do around the holidays. And there'll be multiple different things. And the day that we do it, or the days that we do it, we can do it something like the 12 days of Christmas if you want. So for 12 days, I'll get on until Christmas, right? And we'll be doing that. So those 12 days, there might be 2 or 3 gifts or 5 gifts or 12 gifts or however many they want to do. And we'll do that. And that's something for us, for us people on the channel, us in the family to do for each other. And the mystery is trying to figure out who would think about giving that to that person. You know what I mean? You might think that of one person, but it might not be. So thinking ahead, something cool. All right. Yes. And next, I want to let you know pretty soon, also Poet's going to be streaming with me. We're going to be doing live streams together, maybe even doing some auctions together. I think it's fun to bring him on. He's been a large contributor to, like my brother. I mean, he's my brother from another mother. Period. That's it. Okay. And when I say like my brother, I mean like my flesh. Like he came out of the same melted pot. Okay. So we think alike. We do a lot of things alike, and we love people. So we'll be doing things together live on YouTube pretty soon. We just got to work some bugs out and get the time because we're both very busy guys. And generally in the winter time, it'll slow down for both of us a little bit to where we can make up the time and spend more time with you guys. And we're going to be doing a lot of different things, not just coins, not just guitars. We're going to be doing some poetry, maybe some counseling. So when people are trying to reach out and get some counseling, they can talk to both of us on live stream. We'll have a counseling night to where you can come to us with any issues that you may have and bring them forth to the community and the family, and we can discuss them. Because sometimes people go off and they do stupid stuff, right? And it causes them more problems than they had when they first started. So if we can try to resolve some of those things in the family before people go off the deep end, then we're doing what's necessary as a family to provide a service for you guys. So there's some things we've been thinking about. Say, you think that maybe, see us a whole lot that we're not thinking? You'd be surprised. These wheels are always turning. George's is always turning too. So let me tell you. Anyway, so that's a few things that's going on. My life is a little bit tight right now, and trying to get a lot of things accomplished. It's just been something crazy. Oh, absolutely. Look, here's the thing. My channel is designed to be a family channel. And maybe not, and from time to time we bring on kids. Sometimes, I always put it's not for children because you never know what you're going to get. And I don't tell people to talk one way or another because everybody comes differently, right? So if you swear and you consider that's a swear word and you don't like it, then well, I apologize for them ahead of time, but that's just, that's the way they want to base their narrative when they're speaking to you. So, be conscientious of that. It's not that they're trying to be negative. If somebody tries to insult somebody on this channel, okay, I'm not tolerating it. they're going. Period. We don't play that game around here. I am not playing no more of that drama stuff. I do not like it, and I do not want it on my channel. Okay, kidding around, busting each other's beans once in a while. Hey, I don't mind that. Whatever. That's what families do, right? But that he said, she said crap, I have no time for that. Look, you guys know I'm a minister and I'm a pastor, and I deal with that stuff on a daily basis, and I don't want that in my free time when I come on a channel. If we can help people with things that are going on in their life, circumstances, whatever it may be, if we can try to, rectify some of those issues, by God, that's what we're supposed to do as a family. Really. And this is really what I wanted this channel to be like. Now, also Poet knew this the whole time. And a few other people know that about me. I like doing the auctions. I think it's a great way to raise some money. And we can do different auctions. We don't have to do just coins. I mean, we can do anything from clothing to, whatever, bicycles to whatever. I don't want to do it all the time, but, from time to time, we want to do some different things because it's our family. So everything stays within our family. Okay. I'm not running a business here, and I don't intend on running a business here. It's not my intentions, never was. But it's to educate and elevate, right? We're here to educate each other and elevate each other. And sometimes a little bit of hard love right along with that. So anyway. Your mic is crackling, or is it me? It's definitely you, George, because I got high-tech stuff, and this is upstairs in my bedroom on the computer that I actually built myself. And I can see everything that's going on, and I can read all of the meters, and by God, I know that this thing's ripping. It cost me $2,300 to build this computer. Trust me, it's working just fine. So it's got to be YouTube. It's definitely probably YouTube. And it happens. What happens is see, this system here is not, this system right here is not hardwired. So you got to take into consideration that, oh, I know exactly what it is. I'll bet I know what it is. Hold on. I bet I know what it is. Okay, I bet the crackling stopped now. Here we go. I forgot I had my air conditioner on. Well, I was trying to keep you guys cool, but that's all right. We'll sweatbox it. Well, that's weird. I don't know what it is then, guys. It's got to be YouTube, because I have a monitor gauge for all of my for my mic and everything. So it's got to be that. But I am wireless up here, so I just want to let you guys know. This is all wireless. It's not like downstairs where it's all hardwired, but yeah. Anyway, also I want to do a quick shout out. I want to show you something. Now, I met a gentleman from Coin Advisor. I don't know if you guys have ever heard of them. They're out of Phoenix, Arizona. And they talk, they're about value education and, the different types of opportunities that you have in the coin collecting world. Okay. He's a numismatic advisor. So he's a numismatist. His name is Michael Wise. I'll put up his information on the screen for you. So If you ever want to contact him for more information, or ask him about things that are trending, or if you're looking for a specific type of coin that I don't have or I can't get for you, then you can call Mike. I'm going to put his card up here for you guys to see. He deals with NGC, PCGS, and ANAC. So here's his card. Let me see if I can get it to focus for you. Might be difficult. Let me see. There you go. Anyway, there's his information. If you want to get with Michael Wise, he's a good guy. I also asked Mike if he'd send out some stickers for you guys. I haven't called him back. I was supposed to remind him and I didn't. But anyway, Mike's a good guy. So, hey, what's going on, CLMK? Nice to see you. Nice. Nice to see you. Welcome back to the family. You've been going long, hiding on us. It's all right. I understand. Anyway, so if you ever want some information, you can always get in contact with Michael Wise. He's a good guy. Good peeps. So I told him that I'd put up his information for him because he, he's a young guy and he's got a lot of info, and he does it for a business every day. So, sometimes the trending information that you think is one thing and you don't know for a fact, you can call Mike. He's a straight up dude. So you ain't got to worry about that. If I bring him to the channel, he's straight up dude. Okay? So, there's that. What else? Yep, I need to shave. Look at me. Look at that. I'm like an old grizzly bear. I've been busy. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff on my plate. You guys don't know, but you'll see. I've been working on something I got one project done. I sent that off to Judge, but working something else. I can't say it as much as I'd like to say it. I can't. Actually, I'm working on 6 different projects that'll be coming out this fall. You'll see them. 4 of them are going to be auctioned items. So the other 2 are not. They're actually for people. So just letting you know. Nice to see you, CLMK. What have you been doing anyway? You hiding out or what? What are you doing? Planting fake flowers or putting in fake grass or I'm going to show you guys tomorrow a video of what I've been doing. Well, one of the things that I've been doing. You're going to be quite surprised. Even Brother Judge is going to be quite surprised. Good man, Charlie Brown. Hold on a minute. I can hook you up with one of them. I'm always thinking. Yeah, it's nice to be up here in the bedroom where I actually look good on camera. What's that? Sleeping, puking, hiding from storms, running my mama. Jeez. Well, you'll have a friend in Jesus here soon because Mary goes in for her operation on Wednesday. So Oof. I'm sure I'm going to be dealing with that. And I think that her mom might come back to stay with us for a while. I don't know. It's the House of Horror. Well, thank you very much, Got Boost. I appreciate it. I'm my own worst enemy. I got to tell you guys something. See what you think. So, as a pastor, I don't generally how do I want to say this? I don't generally entertain uh, controversial subjects on my, overly controversial subjects on my channel. We talk about a lot of things, but so I'll tell you what happened this week. I ain't gonna mention the person's name or anything, but so the person contacted me and they said, Pastor Bob, I want to talk to you, but you might not want to talk to me. I said, well, that's kind of weird, Why would I not want to talk to you, Well, I want to tell you a little bit about myself. I said, okay, shoot. And they said, well, I'm a gay person. I live here in such and such, and I'm with my significant other. And they went on to this long conversation. I said, okay. And he goes, do you still want to talk to me? I said, I don't understand. There's Marianne. Everybody say hi, Marianne. I said, well, I really don't understand what you're getting at here. Well, I'm gay. I said, well, I already got that part. I said, but I'm trying to figure out why you don't, why you think I wouldn't want to talk to you. Well, because I'm gay. I said, I don't understand. He goes, well, I've called 4 different pastors and they won't talk with me because I'm a homosexual. I said, well, let me tell you something about Pastor Bob. My job here is not to judge you. My job is not to choose your sexuality, who you want to love, who you want to be in love with, make love to, or spend the rest of your life with. That has nothing to do with me. And that is not my job. That is between you and God and not me. And I want to make that perfectly clear. I said, some people get mad at me for being that way as a pastor, but I've read the Bible, so I understand it. And it's not my job to judge, but I'm here to be your friend. May not mean I agree with your lifestyle, but that's a personal thing. And right now, personal things don't matter. What matters is that you're calling me because you see something in me that you're coming to me for help. And if you're coming to me for help, I'm going to do my best to try to provide that help. And the guy just started breaking down in tears. And I'm like going through all this stuff this week myself, So he's like, it's so refreshing to just talk to a person. I said, I said, you'd be surprised how many pastors are like myself. I mean, we may not agree with people's lifestyles, but we do love people. That's our job. Our job is to love you, not to like you, but to love you and to try to help you out when we can. And he just kept crying, I'm like, geez. He's like, I really appreciate that. He says, you know how refreshing it is? He says, because I really do love the Lord. He says, and so don't my partner. He says, but we feel like we're not supposed to love the Lord because we live a different lifestyle. And I said, well, you ain't got to worry about that with me. And I said, because That's not who I am. I'm a real person. And I said, and I don't think Jesus would turn you away, and I'm not going to. And we had a pleasant conversation. And, he felt better at the end of it. And he said, you're a special kind of guy. I says, don't be getting kinky with me on the phone. He started laughing. I said, I have boundaries. But, I just hope that, I don't know if he's watching or not, but I just hope that, the information I gave him helps him in what he's going through. He's got some things that he's got to work out in his life, and I think it'll be all right. But just remember that, you know, just because we don't agree with people's lifestyles doesn't mean that we can't be their friend, whatever that may be. Whether maybe they're drunks, maybe they're drug addicts, I don't know. Maybe they sit around, masturbate, and watch porn all day. I don't know. It don't matter what it is. Doesn't mean that you shouldn't be there to be their friend and help them in the hour of need. I don't expect everybody to be able to do that because I know that not everybody can do it. Not everybody can handle it. Not everybody has that ability. I understand that, and that's fine too. And I want you guys to understand that. So don't feel bad because you can't do it, because something bothers you to do that. And that's fine. But for me, old Pastor Bob, I've grown up a lot. And one thing about me is take a man as they are, right? Be a friend. That's all you need to be. Okay? I just thought I'd tell you guys that. I don't know why, but I just thought you guys might want to hear that. Okay, I read that, Partridge Family. What's going on? Anything we can help with? Oh, we're always here for you, God. Bush. You ain't got to worry about that. Look. One thing about these people on this channel that you see, look, they're straight up people, you know. And when you get to know them on a personal note, you'll know that even more. Look, we're all, in our little adventure here on Earth. We don't know how many days we got, hours we got, years we got. So let's try to make the best of it. There will be people in our lives that will, always try to throw a wrench in there, right? Give us the bird, right? Kick us in the ass. You know what? But you got to fight your way back to the top. Unfortunately, that's the way it is. There's different types of pastors and evangelists, right? Some of them like to use everything that they say out of the Bible and then reenact everything Jesus said. So, they'll speak something from the Bible, and it may be parabolistic in its form, right? And then they're trying to teach you of the narrative. Well, they're giving you their personal perspective on what they think that they're reading. And you go to a different pastor, and he's going to do that. Me, look, your relationship with your God is just that. And I don't want to wish-wash it. Okay? And if you have a pastor, you must see something in him, and you must get encouraged with him. And that's fine too. But I think what I think is most important is that your pastor becomes your friend, and you can trust him, and you feel comfortable with them. You don't always physically have to be in front of them, but there's something that they give you, a warmth inside, a sense of relief, from those stresses that are in your life. Because pastors are not just people who preach the word of God. They're your friend, right? They're supposed to be your friend. And sometimes friends, they'll pat you on the back, and sometimes they'll give you that hard love, right? Give you a good, quick, swift kick in the ass, like my grandfather used to say. And that's the way you need to be. These are hard times. And with hard times, you need, hard pastors. There's a few of us out there. But every pastor's different. Every pastor, picks and chooses his own path. There really isn't a right or wrong way, unless you're doing something wrong as a pastor. I'm not a money preacher. I don't preach for money. That's not the way I do things. I don't like people to tell me how to write my sermons. I don't like people to tell me where to go and when to do it. That's not how I work. And so, for those preachers, well, they're like, some of them are like puppets on strings, right? Because their congregation, holds the manipulation keys, okay? Because a church is a big fraternity anyway, right? They want to tell them what to do. And if they make a mistake and they're not doing things the way that the congregation wants them to do it as their boss, right? Well, then they can get fired. Now they're without a job. So, yeah. Some pastors, a lot of pastors, are controlled by their congregation. So what happens with the pastors? I'm going to tell you. They get smarter. They get wiser. Right? They get wiser. And they got to figure out how to outsmart their congregation. And they got to have that silver tongue. With me, I'm not into that. I don't like to play that. And I don't like to hear the same message over and over and over again. It gets kind of boring. Okay? The same way. You got to lighten it up. Right? How you doing, Mike? Everybody say hi to Mike Panucci. Mike Panucci's off spending his money. Good night, Dawn. God bless. Love you, hon. Take care. Anyway, let's give you a little insight from old Pastor Bob, the unpaid preacher. See, when you're unpaid, you ain't get worried about it. Oh, yeah. Oh, God. Yeah. Well, addictions are tough. And here's the problem with addictions. Not that I want to get on a big old key on this thing. I mean, I don't want to get into a big old thing about it. But for people have to realize everybody has an addiction of some sort, right? Would you agree? Everybody has an addiction. The problem with addictions are, what type is it? Okay, so if I have an addiction to cigarettes, well, it can cause health concerns, right? Or dipping Copenhagen, or coffee, too much caffeine, whatever it may be, right? So there's different types of addictions. Some are harmful, some are non-harmful, right? And when you get into drugs and alcohol, mind-altering substances, the problem is the person is not in control of their emotions, right? And what those drugs can do is change the person forever. And so when you're trying to sober up and come away from drugs, here's what I find in my line of work that happens. Okay. People will do good for for a long period of time, just as long as they're doing the things necessary. One, you can't hang around with the same old people, right? Two, you got to start eating right and doing healthy things mentally and physically and emotionally, okay? You have to put those things in your life. And it can't be for a short period of time. It has to be for the rest of your life, right? You yourself, not other people. You need to choose those things, right? And sometimes it's very difficult. Here's the problem that I see with people relapsing. I would have to say 75% of the people that I talk to and I counsel over drugs and alcohol, it's because they don't have somebody there all the time, constantly helping them, constantly reminding them, constantly telling them it's going to be better, constantly giving them information to get beyond whatever the problem is that they have in their life at that period of time. And because they don't, they go back to their old friend, who they think is their old friend, that drug, right? Because they started that drug to get away or not remember or not care about the things that are going on in their life. But the problem is they compound the issues by picking the drug back up, because now everything that you worked so hard to achieve, you lose in a short period of time. So, and then when you try to counsel with them, you know what happens? You don't know, you don't understand, and then they start defying you and putting you up. You don't know. Look, no one has more excuses than an addict. Trust me when I tell you. No one. So, you got to find a way to help them. And it's not by yelling and screaming and, telling them everything they did wrong in the world. It's trying to, be calm, cool, and collective and, slowly help them change their life back to where they was. The drug takes them away. They don't have the pain. And some people, it could be something simple. And we'd say, really? That bothers that person? And they went back to doing drugs for that? Well, it sounds like an excuse. Well, you know what? It only takes an excuse. And even if it's a made up excuse. Because the only ones that are fooling are themselves. And they know this. They do. And the problem with it is it hurts relationships. Families get broken apart. Relationships get broken apart. Children, that grow up and see these things, they tend to be just like it. And it's sad. So, it's tough. It's tough dealing with it. I know. Well, God boost. I try to be a wise pastor, and I don't always have the answers. I don't always have the answers. And I think, I'll tell you something Pastor Brown used to do. Pastor Brown says, I'm going to pray about it. Well, if I ever tell you I'm going to pray about it, what that means is I'm going to think about it. I'm not going to be ignorant, and I'm not just going to give you an answer just to blow you off. Now, I could have an answer already, because if I've counseled a person or people on that 1,000 gazillion times, then I probably already understand how to, attack that situation. But sometimes each and every person is different, right? Each and every individual is different. And some things that you would say could tick them off, and some things wouldn't bother them. So you have to know the individual and know who you're talking to before you can give them good counsel. And everybody has to make the choice. You see the quality difference now, Partridge Family? Are you licking your chops? Partridge Family was afraid to come in my bedroom. Guys, you all been here. How many times? Over and over again? You've been in my bedroom? It's not a scary place. It's not like I'm putting on a freak show back there. Look, Jesus is right there. He's watching me. What am I supposed to do? I feel really weird having a freak show up in here, This ain't gangbang central up in Reverend Bob's bedroom. I mean, my Lord, have mercy. Partridge Family. Shanti Krishna. Anyway. What was I saying? Anyway, so here's some advice for you guys who are going through challenges with people in your family. Because I've been asked, 30 or 40 times this week from different people. How do I approach people with issues and problems? And I'm not just talking drug problems. I'm talking it could be any kind of problem, right? First off, is if they've offended you, you have to learn forgiveness. Doesn't mean you're going to forget. Doesn't mean that you're not going to question whether they're going to do the same thing over and over again. It's about forgiving. Look, when people are in emotional distress, right? Everybody's different. Even the people who think they can handle it and they don't have issues themselves, they're weak. Even when they think they're strong, right? They're very vulnerable to any kind of information or anybody saying anything that make them feel better. But I caution you, tell them to do you know, give them good advice to move in a healthy way. Don't try to push them to do something too fast, right? Create a long-term and short-term plan for them, you know? Running away from your problems is not ever going to solve them. Your problems are always going to be there. And I shouldn't say problems, I should say situations. The situations are always going to be there until you face them and try to figure out a way of living your life with that situation or being able to resolve it and get it out of your life. Now, some situations are not so easy when it comes to health issues. How do you do that without them taking it personally? Okay, well, here it is. You remember when you was a kid and you knew that Christmas was coming up? Here's a good one. And you knew Christmas was coming up, right? So everybody's got to get good, right? You got to start doing the right things, right? Put yourself in the good guy or the good girl mode, right? So trying to do all the right things, trying to be extra loving and careful and considerate with your words. You remember them days when you was a kid? Do you guys remember that? Come on now, because you want them gifts, right? Are you with me so far? Just trying to make sure that you guys are with me. Can I get an amen? This is funny. Okay. Use that same way, okay, to get through to people. So you're probably asking yourself, well, how do you do that? Well, sometimes it takes a little listening, right? And a whole lot of forgiving. And then you say to yourself, well, how much can you forgive? Well, there comes a point in your time, right, when you've tried and tried and tried and tried again, depending on what the situation is. Well, you got to wash your hands from it and move away and let somebody else do it. Okay? And move on. Look, don't destroy yourself trying to accomplish something that maybe will never help. Here's another thing before I tell you the next thing. If you're related to somebody and you love that person and they love you, whether it's husband and wife, or father and son, or father and daughter, or mother and son, whatever the case may be, or cousins, look, when you're family, they figure already you're going to forgive them. So they figure in their mind they could screw up a billion times, and you know what? They can go off on the handle on you, yell at you, scream at you, call you names, you're a piece of crap, whatever, right? And then when they decide to wind down and say, oh, well, I'm sorry, that it's just forgiven and it's all done and over with, right? But when somebody outside of the safety box, however big that is, in the safety net, a family, says something to them, now they get to thinking, whoa, cat's out of the bag, right? And it's more than just friends and family that see this now. So whatever this is affecting more than just friends and family. Look, friends and family can cover it up only for so long. And then friends and family won't talk to you no more, won't want to deal with you no more, won't want to have conversations with you no more. Because they know that everything they do is falling on deaf ears. So what's the point of it? You're not getting anywhere. You're just wasting your time. And all they get to do is whatever they're doing, whether it's drinking or drugs or, throwing the dirty underwear on the floor in the bathroom and not picking it up. And you got to pick them up all the time. Whatever the case may be. I mean, that's probably not a really good example, but that's the only one I thought about at the time. Why it had to be dirty underwear? God knows. I don't know. I don't have an answer for that. But anyway, so no matter what the situation is, sometimes getting a different person outside of the safety box or the safety net's perspective on it, and maybe talk to that individual or watch them to see if this really happens or not, and approach them with it. That's a different way of getting it done. Now, then you're going to say in the back of your mind, oh, then they get really mad and say, oh, well, you got that person to do that. Why did you have to involve them? Well, this is how you do it. Instead of just going and telling that person, right, to approach that individual, you start working them into it. In other words, having them hang out a little longer, having them have general conversations, not about that subject, right? Building up a little trust. And then one day, when they feel they have their undivided attention, they whip it on them and say, hey, I noticed you've been doing this. What's up with that? Why do you do that? Why are you that way? Do you not see that it hurts people's feelings? Do you not see that you're destroying your family and yourself? Do you not see that I love you so much, but you don't care about my emotional undertakings? Do you not get that? Man, you can't go on the rest of your life doing that. Because what's going to end up happening is you're going to lose the one that you love most because of your own arrogance and ignorance, no matter what it is. Whether it's you slow deathing yourself, drinking yourself to death, or drugs, or whatever, cheating, or yelling and screaming and taking out all of your, emotions on that individual. That's not fair. People don't need to be beaten post, unless there's a mutual agreement to it, where somebody says, hey, look, you're having a problem, I can get that. You know what the problem is sometimes, Scott Bruce? Is people not understanding other people. They don't take the time to understand the other individual or their lifestyle or how they talk or how they approach life. And I think a lot of it has to do with that. Oh my God. That's crazy. 32 pounds of meth. That's nuts. That's crazy. People just, I don't know. I think sometimes people take that old saying, desperate times call for desperate measures a little extreme, if I may say so myself. Whew, man, that's a lot. That's crazy. Well, I hope he enjoyed pool, because he'll be dealing with a different type of cue here soon. Because them boys in prison, oh yeah, they're gonna show him how pool's really played. Dirty pool. Hey, what's up, Zach? How you doing? Well, it's one of those days, we all kick back and just having it out. I was gonna have an auction, I decided not to. I don't want to waste my time. My mind's not. I know you guys are saying, well, you seem like you're right on course there, Reverend Bob. Yeah, but this is stuff I do all the time. But, getting into coins and details and everything, I just don't feel like it tonight. And look, we got plenty of time to do all that stuff, so it's no rush. Oh, yeah. Federal? Ooh. Oh, yeah. There's a coin star hunt in my area. Oh, that's nice. Did you get anything good out of the coin star? Anything cool? Sounds pretty neat. You know what's really weird? I know I'm going to say this and people are going to look at me like I'm weird, right? Ever walk around stores, just go to stores and look on the floor? Or parking lots? This is a really strange thing. Now, I had an old acquaintance of mine. Oh, that's neat. That's pretty cool. Had an old acquaintance of mine. He was an odd fellow. Okay. But on the weekends, he would go to parking lots, and he'd just walk around the parking lots. And he'd find all kinds of change and all kinds of stuff. Necklaces, rings, you name it. He'd go around old schools, you know. I mean, he'd just go to odd places, beaches and stuff, with no metal detecting or anything. He'd just go walking around, right? And he found all kinds of change and stuff. And those big water jugs, them huge ones, that you put in the machine upside down in the machine, and I don't know, they're like 5 gallons or whatever. Well, I didn't know, he never told me. He never was, up front and said, what he got. Well, I guess he'd been doing it for, I don't know, 20 some years, 20, I don't know, over 20 years, right? And he had 3 of those filled with coins, necklaces, rings, you name it. Just, he collected. Imagine that. That's a lot from just walking around. He goes, I started doing it because most people don't do it. I was like, wow. All right, Mike, take care. Night, George. Take care. Yeah, you need to go spend time with mom. Don't worry about me. All from Coinstars. Very cool. That's neat. That's something fun to do. Well, now that I told you about walking around parking lots, and places like that, you'd be surprised what you can find. I know guys that go through drive-throughs at night, when everything's shut down. They'll go walk through drive-throughs because how many people drop their change down there and they don't care to get out and get it, and nobody picks it up. So it'll be down in the cracks, like McDonald's or whatever. Yeah, they'll go by and they'll pick all that stuff up, like 2 o'clock in the morning. And people know they do it because it's the same, same person doing it, so they don't mind. He ain't trying to steal anything. So Hey, what's up, Dove Season? What's going on? So there's many different ways of, finding things. Nice. That's a pretty good score. 1943p nickel. Neat. Oh, cool. I'll have to go check it out sometime, Zach. Don't think I'm going to just jump right over there and do it. And I'm going to tell you why. Because I am a busy bee. I'm not even lying to you. I'm busy. Want me to show you how busy? Now, you guys haven't seen me in a while, right? Let me show you something. As you can see, we're past the Bob's losing weight. Look. Losing weight. Yeah. Well, pretty soon, I'm going to show you guys something. Pretty soon, I have decided that I used to do that. So, oh, ain't nothing wrong with that Got Boost. Toe boost. Yeah, toe boost. I never thought about that. That's a lot. Yeah. I'm going to do a video after tomorrow on one of the projects that I've been working on. Trust me, I got a lot of trees down to do. I don't even know. It's crazy. So I'm trying to get the lean-to done, and it should be 80% done tomorrow. And then I got to move on to the caboose, which is the enclosed deck. And then I got to move to the storm whipped a couple shingles off the roof, so I got to go take care of that. And then I got a little bit else to do with this and that, but I should be able to button it up before October 1st. So should be able to get it all taken care of there, Dove, before October 1st, providing, everything goes right. Because, winter's coming, and what do we do in the wintertime? We do coins, right? So, and we're going to be coin happy. I'll probably have an auction every week, different types of things. So I'll be kicking back in gear. Yeah, man, I'm at it. I have to lose weight, though, because look, most people know me. Any of my gamer friends will tell you that old Pastor Bob in the wintertime, generally, I game a lot. I play a lot of Destiny and, Division and games like that, new games, new upcoming games. So, but the problem is all I do is sit around and do nothing. So, the past 3 months, I haven't been. I've been, out in the shop and doing things, and then the storm hits, and then I have to redo it's just, whatever. It's not that I'm lacking things to do. So, but I just got to watch myself, and my body, because I take naps, and then naps are good. So if you can nap, nap. But I do. I take naps, and I got to let my body rest. But I'm, feeling a little bit better. Does that keep me from being in pain? No. But look, here's the way I see it. I'm going to be in pain. I'm going to do something anyway. I'm not just going to do nothing, because doing nothing just makes it 5 times worse for me. So I have to do a little something. You know what I mean? So instead of playing games all day long this spring and summer, I've been trying to get some stuff done. And of course, with the storms and everything else, I'm trying to catch up, and it's not that easy. So, well, we're getting it done. But I'm going to show you guys something that you don't know about me. So, I've been thinking about it a long time. And I put my friend away in a closet a long time ago. So it's been about 15 years for me. And I need to get my mind right again. Now, to some of you probably saying, well, you look perfectly fine to me, Pastor Bob. Yeah, but there's a deeper meaning to it all. So I'm going to show you something that you have never seen before. I doubt you'll ever see me do a video. I don't know. I doubt it, but. So for some of you, you don't know this. I used to be a martial arts instructor. I used to teach Taekwondo, Chung Do Kan, Uchirai Karate. And I learned some Kung Fu, but I'm not licensed to teach it. But so I used to teach martial arts in the military in the United States Army years ago, back in the 80s and 90s over in Germany. I competed in a lot of world championships. I was a judge at World Taekwondo Championship back in the 90s. So I was very active in the martial arts. But my body hurts me so bad. And, it's just been one thing after another. And so I asked my doctor. He goes, look, you can do whatever you feel like you need to do, Bob. Your body's beat up, but look, at this point, if it makes you feel a little bit better and you're doing a little bit of it at a day and you're not going crazy, maybe you should do it. So, an old friend of mine, and you guys can see this. So this is my dough box. If you guys ever seen it before or not. This is my black belt. I have another black belt too, but my dough box. They call them dough box or gis or martial arts uniforms. And so I'm going to start working out again. This is my staff. This is my practice staff. If you guys ever seen one of these? Just a practice staff. So I'm going to start working out again. I got many years of martial arts. back in the 80s, I started learning Jeet Kune Do too. I don't know if you guys know what that is, but that's Bruce Lee style. And it's a combination of Wang Chun and Kung Fu. It was created by Bruce Lee, his own style, many, many years ago. Now, Ip Man actually taught Bruce Lee for a long period of time. And then he gave up teaching Bruce Lee because Bruce Lee was an advanced student, kind of like Ip Man was. He was advanced himself. I don't know if you've ever read the documentary about Ip Man, But for 80-some-year-old man, he was still moving. Now he's kind of old and brittle now, but I don't even know. I don't know if he's still living or not. But um, I went somewhere over in Europe one time. I think it was. I can't remember, and I think I seen him one time. But these old grand masters are all leaving, and a lot of the old martial artists are leaving. I mean, there's no money in students and stuff. And at one time, I might have some pictures of my students that I used to teach years ago. Um, if I can find them, I'll show them to you. A lot of my pictures were destroyed, but I might have a few left of some of my students I used to teach. I had 27 students at one time, and I really loved to teach it, but I never took on um, a student to take my place, to give some of those secret skills that I have that was passed down to me. You know, so it's uh, it's just getting right with myself and wanting to do it again. And I'm just going to do soft arts. I'm not going to do any hard arts. Because Wing Chun is totally different because it's mostly with your hands, right? So it's mostly, you know, speed with your hands. And you can pretty much, you know, get anything done that you need to get done with your hands. But it's working with speed. But if you think old Reverend Bob's going to be doing some flying side kicks, 360 reverse turning kicks, right? And 360 flying reverse punches, that ain't happening. So, but I think I go to a different place when I'm in the martial arts, and I think that I missed my old friend for so many years. That it's time for me to get back into the game. You know, so and I would tell you guys, if you've never taken martial arts, um, maybe that's something that you should think about. Martial arts are really cool. You know, um, yoga is a form of martial arts, whether you guys know that or not. I mean, it teaches you meditation and stretching and flexibility. So, it's good. You know, it's good for you. And there's a problem with some people thinking that whether you're taking karate or Jeet Kune Do or Tai Chi or Wing Chun or um, studying with the monks in the Shaolin, Kung Fu. Look, Taekwondo, Taekwondo, Chung Do Kwan, Uchirai Karate Do, whichever it is, any of those arts. It's not about beating the crap out of one another, right? And there's a lot of old masters that I trained with that taught me that. It's not about beating the crap out of each other and having a, you know, who's the toughest guy on the street complex. It's not. And when you get to that point in the martial arts, to that level, um, you start to learn it because you're always going to be a student of the arts, right? You're always going to be a student of the martial arts. You're never going to be an overachiever, right? Um, you're always going to constantly want to learn, and you can always learn something from somebody else. You know, lucky for me, I had two different. Well, I mean, I've had different masters over the years, but I had two very special masters. One of them was from Japan, and the other one was from Korea. And of course, I had a master from China too. But both from Korea and Japan, they were very special kind of guys, and they teach you certain things that they only choose certain pupils, students, right? to learn because they think you're capable and you've earned that level of discipline to be able to protect it. So for me, I never really cared enough to teach anybody those things because you got to have a lot of self discipline. And I see a lot of fly by night people when they want to learn martial arts. You know, they get the big old buff thing for a month or two and then they lose their gas and then they're gone. They don't follow through. So, you know, I'm not going to teach somebody like that, a top tier level, grandmaster secret, something that's been passed on for, 1,000 years. I just don't agree with that. And I would never disrespect my masters that are no longer living by doing that. But I like to teach people. But I have to get back into it and I have to start studying more the soft art. I could teach people flying side kicks and reverse punches and all that stuff, but you know, I don't see the necessity for it because you can do everything in front of you, everything. And you know how some people have got their arms way back here like this? I'm like, really? You should keep them together. Always. I don't know why I'm telling you guys that, but always keep your arms together because that way you can control everything, right? You, your body's like you got to flow with it. Your body has to flow like water. Well, who was it? This? I think it was Bruce Lee that said that. You know, your body should flow like water. And it's true. I know it sounds weird, but whatever. Anyway, if you never tried it, don't be embarrassed to try it. Maybe you could go to YMCA and take some free lessons or something like that. I don't know. Sometimes, if you have the will and you go to somebody that's a martial artist, they'd be happy to teach you. Really. Just take some time. Sometimes that's good for you. It's like you got Boost. I know you're going through some things, and I don't know all of those things that you're going through, but maybe sometimes working on yourself to keep yourself straight and healthy will also help to prepare you for all of the battles that go on in your life. You know, really, it strengthens you because when you control your mind and how you feel, you can get to a level where people can't get to you and they can't bother you. You allow that. It's when we let down our defenses and we allow people um, to take the power and our energy. That's when it becomes a big issue in our lives. So sometimes doing the right thing and strengthening ourselves and improving ourselves and having better barriers up against different types of things that we may encounter in our life in an everyday situation can be good medicine for that. Something to think about. you know and you can learn on TV too. I pray for you, but if you need to contact me on a more personal note, my email is Rev, Robert, Robert, Cornell, Cornell, at gmail.com. And you can contact me, and I usually go through my emails a couple times a day. And then once I get to know you a little bit, I'll give you my number and you can call me and we can talk. Okay? Simple as that. I do it for a lot of people. You can ask, that is truth. you know? And I'm a straight up guy. So, you know, I talk to people all the time. Look, I'm not the smartest guy off the boat, but I sure ain't the dumbest. You know, you, and look, You look at my, well, maybe you might see a few, but I have all kinds of certificates and stuff, and I don't really care. I got honorary doctorates. I got a master's degree. Big deal. I don't, whatever. I tell you those things, big deal. If it hoorahs you, makes you feel great and happy that the guy you're talking to has a bunch of degrees, big deal. The thing that people should be really concentrating on is how much life experience does that person have? What comes out of his mouth or her mouth? What comes out of it? Are they convincing? Can only a wise person who's lived a life and examined people, studied people, and come from a school of hard knocks and lived that life? That's the person I want to talk to, not somebody with a wall full of degrees. If you want to go to a Main Street church and you want to deal with church people, well, maybe that's what church people want. But God's people don't want that. Regular people not even going to church don't want that. They want a straight up guy who's going to give it to them straight and not bullshit them and find out later on that they were just pampering them. I have nothing to lose or nothing to gain in the way that I'm a pastor. Meaning, I don't do it for profit. I don't do it for money. I do it for respect. That's it. Because in the end, all you have is your word. And if your word ain't nothing but a bag of shit, then nobody wants anything to do with you. Some people don't like the way you say it or the way you do it. Well, that's fine. That's why there's a lot of other people with a lot of different perspectives. But there are a lot of people that do confide in me. And I honor them by not changing who I am or why I am the way I am. Because I must be doing something right. And at least I'm honest about it, right? So, anyway, now you got that. So if you need me, give me a buzz. Love you guys too. You know that. And when I say I love you, I really do. Doesn't mean I like you. I'm being honest. But I love you. Liking somebody is something on a different level, guys. It really is. To like somebody. To like everything about them. You know? You can't live without them, right? You like everything about them. You know? And it's just different. There's people I love and like. And there's people that I just love. I may not like some of the things they do, the way they talk to people, or the way they live their lifestyle. I still love them. But it's like Daniel. See my friend Daniel? Hi, Danny. I've been playing games with Danny since he was a teenager. Stooks. Now, we game together. We played many games together. Some people don't even know Danny. He's a good kid. You ever try communicating with people who are deaf? Danny was born deaf. And I communicate with him all the time. And we have our own sayings for each other. And I could say something in a comment and have a different screen name and him never see it. And I could say something and he would know it was me. Yeah, that's how close we are. He's a good kid. I have different people who come on this channel that, I've been gaming with since they were little kids, 10 or 11 years old. And now they're grown adults. So, and that's a part of my ministry too. And they'll all tell you, I don't throw the whole Jesus card down their throat and God card and come on hard and try to ride them and get them coming to church and give me money. I'm not that way. Never have been and I never will be. Just not that way. That works for people. Let them have it. I don't need the big mansion. I got what I like right here. It's good enough for me. I do what I can to keep that ball rolling. But here's the thing about making deals with God. God keeps his end of the deal to the end. Now, what you do with it has to do with you. Because everything that I have in my life has been given to me by God. And that's a fact. Of course, I had to pay my price a little bit along the way. But I made a deal with God a long time ago. And I do my best. And sometimes I'm not very good at it. But I try my best to keep my end of the bargain too. So, and that's real. That's real time. This isn't no made up story to have you come and watch my channel or something. That's real stuff. Real stuff. I love it. So, anyway, I don't know why I got into that, but I did. So, it is what it is. There's something funky about the straw. Oh, it's cardboard. McDonald's has got cardboard straws now. Did you guys know that? That's deep. Oh, yeah. Me and Danny, I've known him a long time. It's a cardboard straw. I put it in my mouth. I'm like, that feels weird. You know, because plastic has a certain feel to it. I'm like, yeah, it's cardboard. It's weird. It is what it is. Anyways, what time is it? You guys know? 10:14. Okay. So anyway, what was I gonna say? Can't even remember what I was gonna say now. Recycled toilet paper. Hey. Really, you had to go there, bro? That's a pretty shitty thing to be thinking about. That's all I got to say. Really. Gaming late tonight. I'm off tomorrow. Oh, that's cool. Don't worry, Partridge family. Remember, payback's a bitch. And I'm going to wait. Hey, next time you eat some ice cream, you know what I thought one day? I got to tell you guys something. So I'm wondering, right? I wonder if people ever pick their nose and put it in hamburgers and stuff, you know, or in salads, or, you know. I don't know why, but for some reason, I watched it. I think it was a YouTube video or something, somebody doing something like that. And I go, whoa, you better always be nice to people when they're at the fast food restaurant. And you better hope they're all in a good mood. Because you never know what's going on your bun. Oh, Lord. Hey, I'm just saying. I don't know it to be true, but I'm just saying, there's always a possibility. Right? No, it really is a cardboard straw. Come on, man. Pull it out. It's cardboard. Different, huh? You always wink at the burger maker and throw him a 5. Ah. Oh, crap. Now I took it out. Now it wants to break all up. Oh, crap. Okay, let me tell you something about the straw. It was difficult putting it back in there because it wanted to go. Just let me know. Oh, you guys want to see my shoes? I bought some shoes a while back. Uh, these are martial arts shoes. Look, if you ever seen them before. Pretty nice, huh? I never even tried them on. Some Bruce Lee stuff here. So my cowboy hat, my martial arts shoes. Ready? Ay-ya! Yeah! I had to do it. Sorry. I couldn't control myself. Oh, they are comfortable, believe it or not. And they ain't cheap either. They're like $30. Guys know what this hat is? Can anybody tell me what this hat is? Let's see how smart my crew is. Yeah, look at them. They're all thinking. Anybody tell me what this hat is? I know it's black. I said, can you tell me what it is? That emblem. It's not a diamond. It's an emerald. You ready? It's a 420 hat. What's wrong with you guys? You don't know who Emerald Harvesting is? Boy, you guys are behind times. Oof. It's a 420 hat, you know? Smoky hat. Roll up, twist up the fatty hat. You guys remember when you used to do that, right? Back 100 years ago? I thought it was funny. So, somebody asked me, I don't know when it was, a couple weeks ago, I think. They asked me, you don't smoke pot no more, Reverend Bob? I said, no, I haven't smoked pot in a long time. I said, I used to have a license to smoke it, but I said, I just don't need to. I said, if I wanted an edible, I could eat one. I said, but no. Why? Oh, wondering why you quit. I don't have any particular reason why I did. I said, do you want the short answer to it? Hey, what's up, Ryan? I said, you want the short answer to it? Yeah. I said, you don't get away with anything anymore. It's no fun. They go, what? Oh, yeah, back in our day, it was illegal and you were running from the law and you was a gangster if you smoked weed, right? Today, everybody's doing it, so there's no excitement. So, what's the sense? They were like, really? That's your answer? I said, well, it sounds good, don't it? Yeah, it's like coffee. Hey, I'm going to smoke a joint. Yeah, let's go meet up at the coffee house. All right, cool. Here you go. Thanks. You want a secondary hit? Yeah. All right. Yeah. Wow. Wow, man. I'm stoned. You stoned? Yeah, I'm stoned. 5 minutes later, hey, I'm stoned. You stoned? Yeah, I'm stoned. Yeah. Wow. Hey, what? Are you stoned? Yeah, I'm stoned. You stoned? Yeah, I'm stoned. Hey, what? I'm hungry. I got the munchies. Yeah, man. Me too, man. What you got? I got pickles and some old dried up bread and a little bit of mustard left. Yeah, man, that sounds good, man. Yeah. Hey, man, you stoned? Yeah, I'm stoned. Cool. Yeah, yeah. Man, that's some good times with old Mary Jane. Do I have anything against it? Am I telling you I'll never smoke it again? Nope. I just don't need it. I don't have anything against it at all. But see, courageous people, they eat it. You got to be tough. You got to be an OGG gangster to eat it. Because once you eat it, you're on the ride for about 8 hours. So you better make sure you don't eat too much. I don't know. It was a couple years ago, I think. I can't remember. I think it was a couple years ago or something. So, I used to have a card, but I don't have a card no more. I don't need one, right? So it was a few years ago. My son says to me, "Hey, Dad, you ever try a rope?" I said, "Well, candy rope." So what the hell was that? Showing my age, I guess. He says, "No, no, it's a CBD THC rope. It's a big long rope, right? So there's about that much of rope left, I guess." He goes, "But be careful with it. Don't eat it." I said, "Come on, whatever." Well, I ate the whole thing that he gave me. He went, "Dad, you ate the whole thing?" I said, "Yeah. Why?" He goes, "You know how many milligrams that was?" I said, "No." He goes, "Oh." I said, "Whatever, dude. Come on. I'm OG. Tell you what." OG came upstairs, put one foot on the floor, and climbed into bed. Because let me tell you, I was ripped. I was tore up from the ground up. I am not lying to you. My ass was cashed. I was ripped. I was so stoned, man. I couldn't even concentrate. I was so ripped. I ain't lying. And I was stoned for about 18 hours. And I said, you know what? Ain't no more of them damn ropes. I'm done with the ropes. I'm done. Yep. So, if I don't need things in my life, then I don't do them no more. I mean, look, I don't have any problem with people doing stuff. Like, I have a beer from time to time or whatever, but I just, I can give or take anything. I used to smoke cigarettes years ago. God, I think it's been, Oh, I don't know. Mary would know. Probably 9 years since I smoked. Yeah, I think it's been about 9 or 10 years. She'd know better than me. But I think it's been about 9 years since I smoked cigarettes. And she'll tell you, just one day I got up and said, I'm done. I'm not going to smoke anymore. I quit. Just like that. Bam! Done. You know? You just, it goes back to the same old thing from the questions before. How do you do things? Well, you have to want to do it. You have to want to make the change. You have to want to quit. And it doesn't always have to be for a bad reason, you know, or that it's even affecting you. You just decide to do it, and that's it. If people are trying to make you quit, or they're ragging on you, it's going to be a lot harder. Yeah, yeah. I don't look. I don't vape or any of that crap. You know. You know what I have not seen yet. Now, not that I need to bring up the subject, but I haven't seen them take cannabis, right, or cannabism, or marijuana, however you want to call it, right, and make a snuff out of it. I don't know. Back in the old, well, they still make it over in Europe, right? They had snuff rooms. I don't know if you guys knew anything about that. It's when they took a very fine tobacco, right? And you used to put it right down in here and sniff it, right? And bam! The eyes get all big. You'd be like, whew, whew, gotta go, right? Yeah. Well, I'm surprised they didn't make anything like that out of, you know, CBD or THC. Or they didn't make something that you put underneath your tongue, you know? Yeah. Yeah, that's cool. You know, look, Dove, you know as well as I know. You know, there just comes a point in your time in your life with some people, and I'm not saying everybody, but some people where you don't, there's no need for it anymore in your life. You know, I mean, it wore itself out. You know, you look at things and you say, what has it done for me? Really? You know, whatever it is. Now, look, I had some good time smoking weed. I ain't even lying to you now. I never laughed so hard as some of the weed I ever smoked. But, you know, and sometimes it calmed me down, and sometimes it got rid of my headache, you know. Pain wise, as far as my body, never worked for me. Never. So I don't believe in it. If it works for other people, that's fine, but it never worked for me. So, whatever. But, you know, for certain things, you know, I used to drink a fifth of whiskey a day. If you don't think so, you can ask my son. Many years ago, when I got out of the military, man, I was a wreck. I was just terrible. I didn't know who I was, where I was going, what I was doing, whatever. I was just a mess. And I don't know anybody responsible for that but myself. Trying to forget everything that I did. Just, you name it, I've done it. And I'm just, you know, thankful by the grace of God that I'm still here today. And then all of those things I just quit. I quit it. I didn't go to no detox center and I didn't get the pill or this or that. I just quit it because I didn't need it in my life anymore. And I seen that it wasn't helping me any. It was just adding to the problems that I already had. And then I learned to just face them and deal with them my own way. Is everybody that strong? No, but I was. Cannabinoid nasal spray. Well, I guess that's kind of close. I'm telling you, man. Next, you'll be having cannabis toilet paper. Guaranteed to get you high with every wipe. Yeah. Wipe away all your problems. With just 3 sheets, you'll be 3 sheets to the wind. Try our new cannabinoid. Triple strength toilet paper. And see if you too can wipe away your problems. Oh my God. Hey, I'm copywriting that, by the way. So somebody wants to use that, you need to pay me. I got this live on TV right now. Oh, Lord. Anyways, I'm going to get off of here, guys. I've been on for a little while. I love you all. Like, share, subscribe. Take care. God bless. I'll be having a new video tomorrow afternoon. We'll try to do an auction here soon. I don't know when. We'll figure it out. Who knows? Maybe it'll be during the week. I don't know. We'll figure it out. No rush, right? We're in no rush. Hell, we might just wait till next month. Who knows, right? Maybe some of my constituents will get in contact with me and help me out. Love you all. Be safe. Have a wonderful rest of your Memorial Day weekend. And remember to reach out to family members that you haven't talked to in a while. You know, unless you don't get along with them, then don't reach out to them. Because you don't want to start a problem. Talk to somebody you haven't talked to in a while, you know, an old friend or something. You know, give somebody a hug. Tell them you love them, you know. Sometimes just taking a moment out of your time during the day, you know, really does mean a lot to people. Anyways, with that, Reverend Bob is going to go get something to drink, probably a coffee, and maybe I'll hop on TV for a little while and join Daniel, because I know he's grinding out Destiny 2 right now. So, we'll see y'all later. Stay tuned for that video tomorrow. You're going to love this. Love you guys. Thank you for stopping by, and we'll catch you real soon. Reverend Bob is out of here. See ya.